Have you ever watched someone make a serious mistake and thought, I will never do that? Or perhaps say, that will never happen to me. However, some months or even years later, you find yourself in a strangely similar situation. I want to reflect on something that seems to happen frequently to all of us. Can we truly learn from the mistakes of others, or do we insist on learning ourselves and the hard way? Let's reflect for a moment. It's easy to say that we should learn from others' mistakes. We hear the stories and we see the consequences. Logic tells us avoid this path. And somehow we often keep walking towards the same cliff as everyone else. Why? Is this lack of prevention or something more profound? Maybe it's the illusion that we are different, that we are more in control, and that those rules do not apply to us. This confidence is subtle. It's not always as we might think. It is not arrogance. Sometimes it is simple that we hoping it won't happen to us. I believe that because we mean well or we are trying hard, the outcome will be better than that of others. But life doesn't always reward efforts with immunity. Think of history. How many wars we repeated because lessons we were not learned? How many financial collapses, personal heartbreaks, or failed projects follow patterns we already seen? Patterns we already knew. I remembered a good friend of mine who has lots of wealth. He has covered all the basic needs. However, he did not see that as he was building wealth, his family was falling apart. He did not have time for his family, missed all his kids' events, including birthday parties, because he was so busy. A long history cut short, there was nothing left for him, just the money and the people around him who wanted something from him, who wanted his money rather than respect him or love him for who he was. So what's the real issue? Maybe it's this. Learning from others' mistakes requires humility. A willingness to pause and say, even though I haven't lived this, I will trust the wisdom with it. That's not to say it means giving up a bit of ego. It means feeling pain you haven't felt yet. And in a fast, individualistic culture, that's a rare muscle to develop. However, here's the other side. Prevention feels invisible. When we avoid disaster, there is no celebration. There is no award for not falling. So it's tempting to take risks, thinking, I'll deal with it if it comes. We prepare less, we gamble more, and often we lose. What can we see in these patterns? Maybe the answer is not to live in panic or anxiety that everything that happened to others is going to happen to you, because that also is not true, but to live in awareness. Ask yourself, what can I observe from those around me? What warning signs have others given me? And am I truly listening? Do we need to touch fire to know it burns? However, we do need to trust that the pain we didn't feel is still real. This doesn't make us weak, it makes us wise. Wisdom is the ability to absorb truth before it knocks on our own door. And for artists, for composers like me, like you, this applies too. We draw inspiration not just from beauty, but from struggle. And sometimes it is not our own struggle. It is the echo of someone else's fall that ignites our next melody, our next idea, our next move. So I leave you with this. Can we observe deeply, listen fully, reflect openly? The wisdom is there. We just need to be aware to receive it before it's too late. Let's keep learning, not just from our own paths, but from the footprints of others as well. I hope this reflection brought something meaningful to you. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.